Ornstein here has tweeted and said that Arsenal midfielder Thomas Partey is expected to miss tonight's crucial top of the table game against Manchester City. Jess, what's your instant reaction to this? Now that the Ornsteins of this world are confirming it, it does appear that he will miss this game. He will not be in the midfield. What's your first thoughts and feelings to this?
The title race is done. Like, I don't know how else to feel about it. Like,
what? Title race is done.
Yeah, we're getting smashed today. Like, there's no way we can win without him. Not against Manchester City coming up with literally like their number one lineup. They've gotten all their players back from injury and they're going into like upward momentum and we're having like a weird kind of like bit of form. One of my standouts for like the Brentford match was Thomas Partey. His ability to win the ball back, he was playing the ball right, like he was doing all the things in midfield. And as much as I think Jorginho will help us in some games, a game where we're not going to have as much possession as we're used to having it, I think it's just like, I can't see anything but an L. And I know that sounds bad, but it's just the truth. We don't have Jesus. We don't have Thomas Partey. Like, and they've already said that Thomas Partey will also be out for Aston Villa. So yeah, for me, it happens every single year. Every time we're gearing up for important matches, he's injured. And so, and we have a 47% win percentage when he's not there. And, you know, like, I don't know how else to feel, but I was already feeling a little bit like we'd probably get a draw or play okay, but lose. Now I'm like, nah, no way we're winning this game. It's unfortunate. It really is.
But it
kills the spectacle. Like, I feel like as a neutral that doesn't have anything to do with the title race at all, would want to see the best possible Arsenal team against the best possible Manchester City squad. But every time we come up to like the pivotal match in the season, we don't have our key players. And it's really, really frustrating. So yeah, I think we're going to lose. That's my first thought.
I get that. I think you're being a little bit defeatist before you even kick the ball, if I'm being honest with you. You also went and bought Jorginho, and Arsenal fans spent 3 days after the transfer window talking about how he isn't the same as Partey, but he's a brilliant and a shrewd bit of business. He's a player your manager wants. He's obviously going to come in. So why, if Jorginho was the right signing, why am I now seeing a kind of meltdown and sort of resignation to losing and not winning the league because Partey's injured, who Jorginho is a replacement for?
I never said he was the right signing. A lot of other Arsenal fans said that. It wasn't me. That's not what I said.
So what I just said in my question was, why am I seeing a lot of meltdowns?
Well, no. Let me finish then. Let me finish. I'm just clarifying that I never said that. You know, okay. I never said he was the right signing. We'd missed out on our number one signing, and we got somebody that, you know, is a good player, but you want your best possible lineup against the best team in the league. We're not going up against, you know, teams that are like mid-table or anything. You're going against the holders, the best team in the league, most talent, Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, Rodri. You have Thomas Partey, no matter what people want to say in terms, you know, because people act like he's like an average player. He's just not. He's excellent for us. And so even though Jorginho can probably do well in Europa League and games like that, I can't help but feel like we need our best midfield. So, you know?
No, and I understand that. So my question to you again, I'll pose it. I'm not saying you said it, but a lot of Gooners, all the big Arsenal sort of accounts out there, most of the YouTubers, Jorginho, great signing, shrewd business, excellent replacement. We had a great January window. Leave Edu alone. Why are those people panicking now that Partey is out injured when you bought a replacement and had a good January transfer window? Like that's my question. To like, I'm not saying you're saying it, but I want your take on why they're going back on their word.
Because everybody does this when they have a signing that they're not sure about. They grab the positives of it and try to spin it. It's just like Weghorst. Like when you guys got Weghorst, everybody was like, I can't believe this is a player that we're bringing in. And then I started seeing things about he's the best pressures. He was actually kind of good in the World Cup. I feel like that's just what everybody does. And of course, Arsenal fans, this is the last day of the window. We've had a lot of failure in that window. We got Trossard. Nothing wrong with that signing. But Jorginho, you have to see the positives. And like, no, he's not an awful player. And that's not what I'm saying. Everybody is going to melt down. Like, I saw even when Casemiro was going to be out for those 3 games, a lot of United fans were like, I don't know what we're going to do. Do you know what I mean? And I just feel like it's the day of the game, a couple hours before, you're finding out literally one of your best players is out right before the most important game of your season that's been built up as the title decider. You really, I mean, I don't know how you can look beyond that. And like, I get it's like, okay, well, Arsenal fans try to make themselves think that Jorginho is a decent signing. He is a decent signing, but you want your best possible 11. And even without Gabriel Jesus, it just feels like we're a little bit light.
I understand that, and look, those United fans that didn't believe we could win any of our upcoming league games without Casemiro, idiotic. That means they don't believe in the project. There's no way I believe that we would lose points in every game, 2 against Leeds and 1 against Leicester, because even without Casemiro, I expect Manchester United to be good enough to beat those teams. The same as this coming weekend against Aston Villa. Without Thomas Partey, with Jorginho in your squad, I expect Arsenal to beat Aston Villa. You're better than them. 1 player being missing, 2 players being missing, in my opinion, isn't enough for the best and richest teams in England to suddenly fall off and become bad sides. You may not win 3-4-0, the most convincing performance, but you should still be winning these games. In my view, Man United have had loads of players out recently. No Eriksen, no Casemiro. Martial hasn't been there. Donny van der Beek, who was coming off the bench, hasn't been there. But you still, for me, when we're playing teams that are in from mid-table down, I still expect to win. I get your point about going up against Man City in this game. You want your best team available, and
yeah, it's Man City.
So I totally understand that. But I think to say that's it, season over, league race over, that tells me you don't really believe in your team that much. That's how it sounds. Like,
no, this is the game that everybody is earmarked as the title decider.
Not everybody though. I'm talking.
But a lot of people have, and I think,
I don't care about them though.
We've also hold on.
Let me finish my question.
Okay.
I don't care about what they think. You're here to spit your straight facts. Why would you write your season off even if you lose tonight?
Because this is the most important game. We spoke about this privately between you and I. So, like, this is the momentum shifter. Whoever wins this game will have the upper hand. I don't want us chasing Manchester City. I think if we're chasing them, they'll get away from us. If we stay ahead of them, we might be okay. Do you know what I mean? And so, like, yes, I do feel like the title race, which is what I said, the title race is probably over, not having Thomas Partey. Does that mean we're going to fall out of top 4 and all of that? No. But the title race, which is something completely separate than our season, because again, Arsenal were never meant to win the title. So that is not our season. We were not a title favorite when the season started. This is something that it was unprecedented for us. So is the season over? No, probably still be fine. Are we going to still be able to fight for the title without Thomas Partey and, giving Manchester City potentially the momentum for them to move forward beyond us? Yeah, that seems a little bit like it might happen. So just to clarify that.
He's going to be missing for 2 games potentially. I think with Trossard coming in, Jorginho coming in, I think to completely write off your title hopes, and as in it's impossible for us to win the league from this point, it's mad. And I do get where you're coming from. The beginning of the season, nobody mentioned title races. Top 4 qualification was the aim. And I think you've already achieved that. I can't imagine a world where you collapse so terribly that you miss out on Champions League football. I just don't see that happening. So you've already achieved, in my opinion, your objective. But yourself and a lot of Arsenal fans that come on the terrace 2, 3, 4 games ago, like, I think we can win the league, or I think we will win the league. I just expected, if there was that much belief, 1 defeat. Like City, for me, look, listen, you're right. City could win this and go on to a whole new level of confidence and not be caught. But City haven't been convincing all year. They haven't been convincing all year. Beat them today without time. I think, again, the message of that's it, we can't win today on the eve of the game, 2 hours before kickoff, it's the wrong energy to send out into the dressing room from you as fans. You've got to get, for me, galvanize and get even more behind your team. I didn't like Man United fans writing us off without Casemiro. I felt like it puts a seed of excuse and doubt into a team that, oh yeah, even our own fans don't believe we can win. I think there's arrogance. I will win no matter what. But I still think with Jorginho, you can beat Man City tonight. They have not been great this season. worse teams than you have taken points off them, home and away. I just think the kind of defeatist attitude, no party, no win, that doesn't say a lot for this great system and team that Arteta's built. Just to stand up and say, no way, no chance. At home, away, maybe. At the Emirates, North London forever playing, the energy that your team has, the press that your team has, I think you should have a little bit more faith. Maybe not thinking we'll win 3-0, but a little bit more faith, Jess.
Nah, not for me. I've seen this movie way too many times. I know what happens to the team when Thomas Partey is not there. Every single game that we've dropped points in this season, I think, well, most of them, he has not been there. He's either been taken out or taken off early, or he was not available. So, like, it's just that statistically, realistically, we're not going to win the game without him. So I don't know what to tell people. Sometimes it's just better to be realistic.